genuine hopes of the first medal since 1964. And the future looks really bright now for another reason too, as I found out when I joined some of them in training.
The cut and thrust of one of the world's oldest sports, and I saw for myself the dazzling footwork and the lightning strike to the blade. It is a sport without a face. Really, there's no way of knowing who's the potential Olympic champion here, and who's the BBC knowledge, apart from the technique. That is until now. The sport had already been seen in a new light at London 2012, but it was still impossible to see what was going on behind the mask. So now they're taking it one step further.
Oh, it's a double.
This may look like an ordinary mask, but down he goes, and as he starts, you see what happens as I distract Richard. Look over there! Catch him on a sweet spot. And now when I score, Richard, looking rather red-faced, a glorious moment that all the world can see. It may look like a scene from Doctor Who, but it could transform the way we all see fencing.
I think for the sport to survive, it has to sell itself to an audience. So that's why they come up with these sort of innovations. You know, as you said, the floor lit up in 2012, and now the facial expressions, which is something that's been missing in fencing. You know, you could only ever see a blank mask.
It's really exciting. You know, I think it makes the sport a lot more personal for spectators as well. They can really see the athletes' expressions as we're fighting, and kind of, I guess, see the fear on some people's faces and the anger on others, which I think will add to the whole experience.
The new masks won't be introduced in time for Rio this summer, but could feature at the next Olympics. And this is who they're really aiming at, the future. The youngsters, some as young as 5, who've been tempted in by films like Puss in Boots and Star Wars, albeit with plastic foils.
It's because it's a gentleman's sport and I am a gentleman. I watched Puss in Boots and then I wanted to play with the swords since that, and Star Wars. I just love going in and just fighting and being on peace.
There is another new innovation that could potentially make this sport more accessible. We've seen how the fencers have to be attached to wires which transmit their scores to the scoreboard there. But it means for every training session you've got to carry a huge bag that weighs a ton like this. Hear the noise it made there? Now though, they're going wireless.
I quite prefer it. I think you feel more free and you can move without being pulled by a wire, really.
So it's actually going to be cheaper than the wired setups at the moment, and we've seen the portability of it. There's just, there's no comparison. It's going to make it so much easier for people running clubs.
But it's what happens on the Olympic stage that really matters, and the men's team have beaten all of their rivals in the run-up to Rio, so Richard and co might find themselves in the spotlight anyway, regardless of any new technology.
It might be good for the audience and for the spectators, but I wonder if it will put some of the players off, and they suddenly see the beaming face of their opponent, stare into the eyes.
Does it hurt?
What's that?
When you hit?
No, because you've got the padding on. I think if you're doing it at the top level and they catch you just under the padding, I think there are a few bruises on some of them, but not the sort of standard I was playing. And certainly not if you're getting into the sport as a child because you use plastic foils.
Of course.
Mike, thank you. We'll see you again.